For our next story, LinkedIn releases a global brand campaign it made in partnership with McCann, New York. Jack?
Yeah, listen, LinkedIn is one of the more interesting platforms from a marketing standpoint. It's taken on such a life of its own on the social media side with more and more users and it being kind of like this professional network. So this brand campaign, it's called the network that works for you. Marketing LinkedIn has to be a challenge because you have so much going on. Like it's very hard to put it into a bucket. Is it social media? Is it a recruitment site? And so the big challenge has really been faced with Jessica Jensen, who's the CMO of LinkedIn. She's been there for a little over a year, and her whole job has been around how do we create a unified message to get out to the world? And it starts really with this brand campaign. So to talk about it, who else better than CMO of LinkedIn, Jessica Jensen? She joins us now to talk more about the campaign.
All right, and now to join the show, we have Jessica Jensen, CMO of LinkedIn, to talk about the brand new campaign. Jessica, thank you for joining Breaking Entering today.
Oh my gosh, I love Breaking and Entering. Thank you so much for having us. I am a huge fan of you guys.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We built our brand on LinkedIn. It means a lot to us. So getting into the campaign here, really excited to talk about it. I want to hear from your perspective. What was the brief to McCann, New York for your new campaign, and what was the end result? What can people see today?
Right. So, as you may be aware, since you've been such a LinkedIn Jedi, we have 1.3 billion members on the platform, over 70 million businesses, and we need to tell a coherent story to the world about how LinkedIn is the network that works for you. We work to grow your career. We work to grow your small business. We work to help creators and founders. We work for your enterprise. So we were really trying to tell a coherent story around how we help workers understand this crazy world of work, and we help you build your network, your experience, your expertise, and have a more robust and exciting career. And then also we have a small business angle to it, which is that LinkedIn is the best place to grow your small business. So we were driving those two boats in the river, if you will, with the brief, but under this umbrella of the network that works for you. And so we worked very closely with McCann on a number of spots under that umbrella, and we are thrilled that they are in market now and hopefully giving people a little bit of a chuckle as they grapple with some real world challenges, and LinkedIn has their back.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm curious then, why now for this campaign? What made you launch this at this time?
Right. I think a couple of things. I think historically LinkedIn has had a recruiting business and an ads business and, some different parts of our offering, but we have not historically done a unified message, an umbrella brand campaign that crosses both consumers and businesses. So that was very important from a brand understanding perspective. And then secondly, the world of work right now is wacky. And tons of people looking for jobs, applying for jobs, feeling frustrated. AI, what is the impact of AI? Is it eating jobs? Is it creating jobs? How do small businesses get ahead in the noise? So we really wanted to provide some clarity and some hope in a pretty challenging environment.
Yeah. And what are you hoping to achieve from this campaign? What's a win for LinkedIn as a result of this campaign?
That workers know that we are here to help them grow their experience, their expertise, their insights, and grow their careers. We are an incredibly powerful force to help workers succeed and achieve economic opportunity, which is our mission as a company, to help all workers achieve economic opportunity. So we want to land those messages with workers, and then for small businesses to help them know that they can hire the best talent, market their business, maintain their corporate identity on LinkedIn, drive sales leads. We can help you in so many different ways as a small business to grow and succeed.
JJ, if I may call you JJ.
Zach, won't you, please?
Of course. You started at LinkedIn, now it's about a year ago.
Yeah.
Come over from Indeed. What a resume, by the way. Go check out JJ's LinkedIn if you want to see what an impressive resume looks like. But I want to talk about, in that year, I imagine you step into LinkedIn. LinkedIn's obviously a much different platform than Indeed.
Yeah.
And I think LinkedIn, just in the course of time since I've been on the platform, it's changed so much. And it's, much more of a social media platform than it was even 5 years ago. So just that when you stepped in at LinkedIn in the last year, imagine a big part of it is like, we got to identify ourselves because it's just changed so much. So how did you think about that when you first stepped into to LinkedIn versus where it's at now?
Yeah, thank you. Well, I think, we've always been a social network, and the largest social network of workers. But you're quite right that we have 4 different business lines, and helping the world understand what value LinkedIn provides to them as workers, as business leaders. We support governments and policymakers. So needing to clarify that position has been really important. And then also, I think, in the world of AI slop and tomfoolery, a platform that is based on real people who use their real name and put their professional reputation on the line on LinkedIn is pretty valuable, right? Like, we need people to represent themselves as themselves. And we're one of the few platforms where that is true. And as a result, I think people feel safer here. They feel like they engage with real people's ideas and experience. And so helping to people to understand that and grow that awareness is super important.
I like a little. We engage in a little tomfoolery, Jack.
Yeah, of course. It's playful though, JJ. I mean, you'd have to agree with that.
I'm not opposed to tomfoolery in the right context. And
Breaking news.
For example, that is one. And there's some tomfoolery in our new ad spots, so don't count us out.
Don't count out JJ for some tomfoolery. And because I do appreciate that, and I think we've built most of our brand really got started from LinkedIn, and a big reason is because you have an audience and you can see the titles, and like you can really identify with the audience as a content creator, and people use it as like a sales lead business as well, and I think it's great for that too. But you talked a little bit about a lot of other platforms are more susceptible to like a bot account or like an AI account. I'm curious on your thoughts or LinkedIn's thoughts around people using AI with their content, because I think like this is becoming such a thing now.
Totally.
I know the head of Instagram just had a lot to say around the fact that like it's going to be easier, in his opinion, to identify real content as opposed to like AI content as it advances. So I'm just curious how LinkedIn is approaching that, because I for me personally, I don't see much of an issue with AI like supporting your writing, but then it gets to a point where it's like, okay, this person clearly just prompted AI and just copy and pasted 7 paragraphs. So just all that to say, what's your reaction to as AI content
Absolutely.
continues to be a thing?
I mean, listen, I think totally agree with you. I think AI is a super important writing aid, and I use it for editing and ideation, and I think a lot of people use it very effectively that way. But the human judgment and the pen, so to speak, the mental pen, will reign supreme. And so we are doing a lot we're watermarking AI images on LinkedIn. We are working in our algorithms to favor directly written, human written content over AI generated content. We are also working on moderating and reducing AI commenting. There is definitely an AI spam commenting thing going on that we are working against. So again, I think AI has marvelous uses, and we are using it to our advantage in our marketing enormously, but we must focus on human edited, human thought, human creativity, and ensuring that is what shines through on LinkedIn for sure.
Yeah, I mean, especially, I just think it's such a unique platform where people who are very much at the top of their careers, executives, are going to LinkedIn to share their thoughts. They're not necessarily going to other platforms. It feels like that's kind of the place. And it kind of lends itself to, the moving forward, especially around the time of this campaign, and really identifying LinkedIn as a social media platform and beyond The thought around like creators on LinkedIn, like I think there's been such a push of like incentivizing creators and like payouts and creator studios and all of this. And I was going back and forth on this last night, Gino.
What do you got,
Of
Jeff?
what I would do in this situation. Of course, I put myself in JJ's shoes, but in LinkedIn shoes. But how is LinkedIn thinking about creators now, especially as there's more of like the quote LinkedIn influencers?
Yeah, thanks. Creators are super critical on LinkedIn, and we, ensuring that the best voices like you guys are getting, the traction you need, building audiences, and getting your messages out is like core to LinkedIn. I think we have about 4 million people now who are dedicated creators on LinkedIn. So it is a massive, massive part of our platform. And we have a program called Brand Link where we work with advertisers to match and support top voice creators and, to get their brands paired with those creators, and it's been enormously successful for a lot of our brand and advertiser partners as well as the creators. We are always, as every social platform does, always improving our algorithm and our features, and we have a couple things in the hopper on the creator front, so stay tuned. But it's a massive part of our business now, and as you said, 95% of Fortune CEOs use LinkedIn as their primary platform, and we're seeing CFOs doing earnings posts, product leaders launching videos, maybe an occasional marketer, maybe even, promotes something on the platform. I can't imagine who. So, executives are creators. And they're realizing the currency that gives to their brand, particularly in a world of AI where there's a lot of fake junk. So here, having executives share their perspectives and learnings and voices on LinkedIn is kind of some brand magic that a lot of companies are figuring out.
Yeah, I know. It's such a bit. I feel like that's my number one thing. I always am like, you gotta be posting on LinkedIn, even if like you're an early career person. And I feel like you say this all the time, Gino. Like just posting about the work that you're doing is I feel like it's such a great, puts you at such an advantage to be able to put your work out there to an audience and a network that cares.
You post your work on your LinkedIn profile that you're building and that you're excited about. So it is for 20 somethings, 30 somethings, like put your thoughts out, put your work out, create things and share them. Because we're looking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm scrolling. Listen,
We're scrolling.
I'm on the feed. I'm active. JJ, you know this better than anyone.
I'm following you, man. I know.
I would say we're very humble and grateful to have had you on the show.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I honestly, I will do, this is outside the context of this video. I will do anything I can to support you and what you're building, because your take on things is like real and funny and spot on, and there's so much junk out there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
So keep going.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And yeah, very, very excited. You're just getting started, it feels like, JJ, at LinkedIn CMO. So congrats on this. Yeah, that move right there, I think we can all, for
Move.
JJ with a whoop whoop.
I'm Jessica Jensen. I'm the CMO of LinkedIn, and you're watching the best place for marketing and ads news, breaking and entering.
Money, a natural, everyone. Jessica Jensen, thank you so much for joining the show. Okay, nice.
Nicely done.